Welcome to It Came From a Box. This is Sir Joe IAM, and on this episode of we're taking a look at what I carry inside my Nintendo Switch OLED bag. All right, as always, starting with the bag. This is the limited edition Go Sling Pro by Alpaka, a brand that took us by surprise with high quality, well-designed, and competitively priced bags. So yes, that does mean I have others that I want to share, so expect to see those pop up soon in another video. Over on Indiegogo, the originals raised over $300,000, but this one's slightly updated. It's limited to 300 units, and it comes in this dark multicam made of a personal favorite, X-Pack fabric. Specifically, X50, it's lightweight, durable, and water-resistant, which pairs well with the waterproof anti-theft YKK zippers that you can lock together. Inside, each compartment is lined with a very bright orange interior that makes it very easy to find your stuff. Now, being a sling bag, you've got to have an awesome strap, and this one's no exception. It's nylon, very sturdy, lots of cushioning. It connects to the bag with a double fold locked by thick Velcro. You can easily adjust the length on the fly. We have MOLLE webbing throughout for additional accessories. And it's held together via this mag lock, which is very secure when worn, but unlocks like butter. Then on the back, we have a strap to grab it by, or loop it onto I don't know what. And at the bottom, we have a D-ring to use with their magnetic stabilizer strap, sold separately. All right, so what do I have on it? Starting off the side, here I've got two Tamagotchis, R2-D2 and Rei from Evangelion, both which have died. I don't know what I was thinking. I love the idea of having something random like this to fidget with, but I completely forgot how much upkeep they need, and yeah, they're dead. Then, like all my bags, I've attached a Polymer Carabiner in orange, which always comes in handy. Underneath, we have a really cool feature, which I'll get back to in a bit. And now let's get inside. Starting from this back pocket, first, we have a quick access clip-on keychain that I'm currently not using because I'm actually using the one that's on the front here, which I'll get to in a bit. Then I have my Moo Mini business cards in their holder. I normally carry this on my keychain, but it's gotten sort of big, so I just toss it in the bag. Regardless, I love this size. It's the only way I'll keep business cards on me at all times. Up next, the flashlight. At the moment, I'm carrying Olight's H1R Nova. It's less than half the size of the favorite M2R Warrior, but it's still very powerful. Battery lasts forever, and it charges magnetically. For those of you on the fence, you'd be surprised how often you end up using a flashlight when you have it on you. Now, wherever there is a flashlight, a multi-tool is never far behind. That's not an official saying, I guess it's just mine. This is the old reliable Victorinox Swiss Army Cadet. Super easy to carry since it's thin and low profile. It's got 9 functions, including a bottle opener, nail file and cleaner, as well as a nice 2.5-inch blade. By far one of my favorite pieces of EDC. Moving along to the front pocket, in here we have a smaller pocket which I use for the incredible Flask by Bluup Labs. This is an NFC tag emulator which works perfect for things like my key cards for work, digital business cards, things like that, but more importantly, Amiibo. Before that, I have to point out its awesome open design that lets you see all the internals, but that also means you'll want to keep liquids and crumbs very far away. This is one of their limited editions with an awesome 30s art style mad scientist in yellow. So using their web interface, you can add up to 75 NFC tags, and then on the device, you just navigate, choose, and use. Considering I can't take my mountain of Amiibo with me in a bag this size, the Flask saves the day in this situation, and I now carry it alongside the Switch all the time. Honestly, one of my new favorite pieces of tech. Oh, and we'll be giving away a special edition in an upcoming video, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. In here, we then have their magnetic Fidlock keychain, which also works with their other accessories so you can snap your keys on to all sorts of gear. Next, I'm done losing fancy pens to people who keep forgetting to return them, so I'm sticking with my basic Zebra F301. It's a very simple ballpoint pen, it's durable, and most importantly, it doesn't cost a lot so I won't mind losing it, and it's also satisfyingly clicky. Some would say annoyingly so. Making a second appearance is another tech deck, but this is one of the new ones. I always wanted a toy machine version, and I finally scored it 20 years later. These new ones are slightly different, which is the current excuse I'm using as to why I'm terrible with it, but nonetheless, I love it for fidgeting.
You have some nice moves.
Next to it, I have a new favorite, the Game & Watch Legend of Zelda edition. It's super portable, battery lasts forever, and charges via USB-C, and it's got an awesome screen. So similar to the Mario version, you can use it to display the clock, you got the classic Game & Watch starring Link, and it includes 3 Zelda games. There's the NES versions of The Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, as well as one of my favorites, the Game Boy version of Link's Awakening. It also has some cool Easter eggs such as the light-up Triforce on the back, and cheat codes for things like starting a game with max hearts. I don't know if it's just because I'm a huge Link's Awakening fan, but I've been carrying this more than the Switch lately. Also in here we have a microfiber screen cleaner from ActivePatch, makers of those awesome dock socks we love. One thing I always carry with the Switch is an extra pair of Joycons. We have the custom blacked out one and a white one that comes with the OLED version, both linked together by a Satisfye simple but useful Joycon rail. Although it's not the most comfortable, you can technically use it as a grip. Moving on to the main compartment, if you watch previous episodes, you know I love my e-readers, my Kindles, and they fit perfectly in here, but this time I'm carrying an actual physical book.
Pretty cool.
And sadly, yeah, it feels a bit weird. This is T.H. White's The Book of Merlyn, which is the conclusion to The Once and Future King. One of my favorite series based on Arthurian legends, so you've got the Sword in the Stone, Merlin's shenanigans, the Round Table, all that good stuff, but this last book is very bittersweet. On a lighter note, it smells incredible, and there's just something about a physical book that the kid in me, who used to hang out in libraries, really misses. Now back to the future, we then have the Switch OLED. It's a very odd piece of hardware because I honestly can't suggest it if you already own an OG Switch, but there's no denying that the screen on this is incredible. Colors are luscious and truly pop out at you, and it reminds you just how colorful Nintendo's games are. At the moment, I'm slowly getting through Skyward Sword again and just started Death's Door. In here, I have a massive 1TB Lexar Play microSD card, and this is what dreams are made of. I love being able to pretty much download just about every game I've purchased on the eShop. It's definitely convenient, but it also showcases one of the issues with the Switch, which is the lack of search or a way to organize your game library with something like folders. All we have is a sort option, but even then, you still gotta scroll way too much. Attached to the OLED, we have Skull & Co.'s new and awesome NeoGrip. It's very lightweight and simple in design. It locks into place. It doesn't block any buttons, ports, or vents, nor the massive kickstand. And you can also remove a section of it to make it compatible with the original Switch. But one bummer is that it is not dock compatible. Unless you have their latest Animal Crossing version, which is dock compatible, so here's hoping they update the previous versions to do the same. Now, like their last grips, it uses the same swappable grip system, so you can just pick and choose what suits you best. It comes with 3 sets of grips, but in here I'm only carrying their large trigger grips and low-profile snap grips. Once you use a grip on the Switch, it's really hard to go back to using the Joy-Cons by themselves. So great job, Skull & Co. Highly recommend it. It's available in black, white, and an Animal Crossing theme as well. You also have the option to buy it by itself, or in a bundle with the grips, or all together with the case. Now the bag actually has enough space for the Switch on this Velcro latched compartment towards the back, but it's too big with the grip attached. So what I did was remove the included dividers so I can make use of that main compartment here, and it still works well since it's made to carry camera gear, which is why it's surrounded by soft padding on both sides. So instead, in that compartment back there, I'm currently carrying GuliKit's Switch battery. Specifically, their Switch Lite 5000 mAh battery with integrated USB-C cable, and just in case, I also have the clip for the original Switch, which yes, actually does fit on the OLED model, even though I'll most likely not use it because I prefer the grip. Finally, if you look off the side here, we have a cutout for the included pass-through USB cable, which connects to the power bank, and that leads to this port out here. So now, without opening the bag, you have a charging port that you can connect to on the fly. Very handy for your phone or the Switch or pretty much any piece of tech. If that's not enough, you can even pop this open and you'll have 2 slots for SIM cards as well as a SIM ejection tool, which makes it great for traveling. And that about covers it. As you can tell from previous episodes, I normally carry a ton of unnecessary stuff, so this is probably the lightest bag I've carried, and my bad back is all for it. Anyways, that's what I'm currently carrying, but I'd love to know what you think of it, along with what's in your bag these days. Also, if you're looking to pick up anything featured in this video and want to support us at the same time, please check out the affiliate links down in the description below. Once again, this is Sergio AM. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you for the next box.
Wow, what a thing to walk in on.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to help us out, you can do so by clicking that thumbs up button. And while you're at it, why not subscribe for more content? It's free. We also love to hear you out, so please leave a comment down below or talk with us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm Sergio IM, and I'll see you for the next box.